Aloha, it's Black Witchess. So yesterday I was asked a question about the vibrational energy of a black witch. How does a black witch use their vibrational energy to affect the target? And that's actually a really good question because as we're moving into understanding a little bit more about thought forms and energy balls, it's important to know that when an energy or person is operating on a really low energy, it's very easy, or it opens that person to psychic attack, and for us witches or spirits to go in there on that level of spiritual plane, whatever they're operating from, and implant or inject our intention onto that person's energy level. That's what we're doing. We're going in and we're creating disturbance on that person's energy field. So some people might go, that's just complete, absolute shit. Really? Okay. That's when science comes into it. You know, time and time again, science has shown that thought and structure, create change. And I've spoken about this in many of my videos, and I use that rice experiment because that is an experiment that basically has been replicated all over the world by most people that aren't from the occult industry. So hopefully that's a little bit more valid. But it just goes to show that thought can change the structure of a substance, and it's changed through energy. And that's what a black witch does. A black witch will go in there and we condition a vibrational energy thought into an actual manifestation, a real manifestation. How we do that? There's several different methods that you can do that. As I was explaining in my other video the other day, depending on what your philosophy is on witchcraft or the occult, it could be through voodoo or hoodoo techniques. It could be through various types of witchcraft. It could even be through thought forms. When you really charge a thought form, as you know, sometimes I can't even be bothered really putting a lot of effort into a spell or conducting a spiritual guide to help me out. I'll just create an energy ball if I can charge it enough and send it out there when I know that person's asleep, and then really tune into that person on an energetic level and lay that thought form on them. And that's when you'll hear them say things like they're feeling depressed. One client actually in Dubai was saying that her husband, when I laid this thought form onto his life, she says, here's what happened. I put down the thought form onto the target when he was asleep, and I asked her what has happened in his life since we've done that. She says, well, I'm not too sure. I said, okay, well, that would be unusual. And then she was saying, well, it was really weird because he has a very successful business in Dubai, this guy. And she said, well, when I came home from shopping, he was there on the lounge. He's never at home during the middle of the day. All the windows were open and birds were flying around the lounge room. I said, is that usual for you? Because I don't know, maybe they have lots of birds flying around the lounge room. She says, no, we don't. We live in a very exclusive apartment. You know, we wouldn't allow a bird to be flying around our house. That's really unusual. She said, and also there was a cat sitting at the end of the lounge. It's like, do you have a cat? Once again, I never make an assumption. She says, no. And he was just sitting there in a zombied out state, allowing these birds to fly around this lounge room and this cat sitting at the end of the lounge. So I said, what did you do? She said, well, we ran around the apartment trying to shoo out these birds, got rid of this cat, opened the front door, let the cat run out. And she said, and then he said he was just having a day off work. She said, but what I noticed is his breath stunk. She said, it stunk so bad. It was unbelievable. It really smelt off like he was dead. Now, I'll leave the conversation just there because I don't want to out this particular woman. But this is the effect of black magic. What we do is that we disrupt that energy level of the target. This is perfect. That's exactly the result you want. And then from that, then we start to layer in what other effects that we want to have. So I hope that explains what vibrational energy changes you can have through magic work. And if you want to call it black magic work, fine, that's what we're doing, black magic work. But let me suggest too that you, even though you may think that you're not doing black magic, if you have negative thoughts against someone and you really channel that and you lay it out there, that you can have the same effects as well. So I hope that's answered your question. And I am now off to enjoy an afternoon by the pool. Ciao for now.